Mackenzie Dern, the Ultimate Fighting Championship strawweight submission specialist, is currently in a 3-in-a-row winning streak. Dern is improving her professional mixed martial arts record to 10 incredible victories with 6 finishes and only 1 loss. As expected, UFC fans have already started comparing her to the now-retired former UFC champion Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey was a record-breaking judoka and former bantamweight champion who managed to achieve 8 straight armbar submissions to kick off her pro career. Mackenzie's bout in UFC's last event was against Virna Jandiroba. Dern won this match by unanimous decision, dominating her opponent in most of the fight, but ending up with a broken nose. Mackenzie said in her post-fight interview with Joe Rogan that this was the first time her nose was broken. Dern said she realized she broke her nose because of the weird smell she started to sense.
I never had a broken nose, so I figured that sooner or later would happen in MMA, you know. But on second round I asked if it was broken, coach said, no, it's just a cut, so I've watched him enough, I know how he is, I know he says, no, it's nothing when really it is something, so, and I kind of felt to smell was a little bit different, so I said, I think this is what a broken nose finally feels like.
Mackenzie was very happy with the result of her match against BJJ champion Virna Jandiroba. Later on that night during the post-fight press conference, Dern was asked about Ronda Rousey and how she felt about people comparing her to the retired champion. Mackenzie expressed her respect for Ronda, but also said she believed she had her own style.
That kind of started when I started getting my knockouts, like not my knockout, but with Amanda Cooper, I knocked down and then the submission, and I started kind of building my own style. Ronda, she has a great style, aggressive and everything, but I think when I started to get like the leg locks and I really saw like, okay, I have something different, really different, which is the jiu-jitsu, these leg locks from the bottom, where people think you're losing. And
Mackenzie later went on to say that her main goal in the UFC was to break records and affirmed she will break more records than Ronda Rousey. Dern said it was a pleasure for her when she heard everyone saying that she was going to be a legend.
I kind of just set my goal on breaking records, I said, okay, Ronda broke records, but I'm going to break more records, so I'm just focused on that, like one straight line, the horse, how it has the things, that's what I have, and it's a pleasure for me that everyone was saying that, but it was kind of pretty easy for me to focus on me and have my goal and try to be a legend.
What do you think about what Mackenzie said? Do you think she has what it takes to become even greater than former UFC bantamweight champion Ronda Rousey? Let us know your opinion in the comments section. If you thought that longtime and stunning UFC Octagon girl Arianny Celeste was done entertaining us with her presence on UFC fight nights, then think again. Arianny Celeste made her first appearance in a long time on Saturday night at UFC 256 in Las Vegas. Celeste returned to the Octagon only 3 months after giving birth to her first son. It had been even longer since Celeste last worked a show, as she'd missed a few months' worth prior to her pregnancy announcement in late June. Arianny Celeste, 35 years old, had announced in October that she and her boyfriend Taylor King welcomed their baby boy Raiden into the world. Celeste looked stunning as she posed for a selfie just 1 week after giving birth. Although her return to the Ultimate Fighting Championship was surprisingly fast, Celeste had previously told TMZ that she couldn't wait to return to the Octagon. UFC President Dana White was the first person I told as far as work goes. They're like my family. So I told him and he basically said, we have your back always and forever and whatever you want. When you're ready to come back, you can come back if you want. So I'm definitely wanting to come back. I found that I miss it already and it's only been a few months, so I'm definitely going to want to come back for some shows. Celeste first appeared in the UFC as an Octagon girl in 2006. Since then, she's been one of the most popular ring girls ever. She even won Ring Girl of the Year a record 5 times at the World MMA Awards. Despite being an experienced Octagon girl, the recent mother of one admitted she felt pretty nervous before entering the Octagon. I was nervous to come back because things are definitely different, but in a good way. Arianny Celeste later shared a message of support and courage for other mothers as she said, quote, "Baby making ain't easy." Note to all the mamas, especially new moms, a simple reminder to be gentle with yourself and to not compare. There's so much pressure to bounce back, and I feel like my journey is way different than a lot of others. I'm a workout maniac. Most people are not, and that's okay. Give yourself some grace and time to heal and get back to feeling yourself. Baby making ain't easy. Happy Sunday, sending love to you all. What's your opinion on Celeste's return to the UFC? Is it too soon? Let us know what you think in the comments section. Up until 2020, Tony El Cucuy Ferguson was on one of the longest winning streaks without a shot at the title in UFC history. Ferguson had racked up a total of 12 victories in a row and still had never gotten a shot at the UFC title. Tony expressed his remorse about this situation during a press conference, saying that title was a, quote, wet dream.
And that title's a wet dream. Like that Farmers Insurance commercial of, oh, you almost got it. Keep it going. We're just going to keep dangling in front of you. We're going to keep showing along. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if it's because I'm Mexican. I'm American with Mexican parts. 12-fight win streak. 8 years in the making before women's sports were even in. Conor was on welfare. Henry Cejudo in the fucking youth. Like that. All these different things, and I still didn't earn a title shot. But I'm still sitting here saying, fuck the free world. Just like Eminem, right?
But 2020 was the beginning of Tony's downslide. He began the year by losing against Justin Gaethje at UFC 249 in May. After that, it took a long time to set up his next match, which ended up in another loss this past weekend at UFC 256 in Las Vegas against Charles Oliveira. However, UFC President Dana White still praised El Cucuy after the event. White said that it's most likely that Ferguson will not return to his old form, but that there's no denying his durability and craziness, highlighting the fact that Tony didn't tap out of Oliveira's armbar.
I mean, 10 out of 10 people tapped to that armbar. The fact that he even made it through the armbars is unbelievable, and just a testament to how tough and durable and crazy Tony Ferguson is.
What are your thoughts on Tony's last performance? Do you think we'll be able to see the old Tony in the future? What do you think about what Dana White said? Drop your opinion in the comments. We would love to know what you think. In 2014, Conor the Notorious McGregor proved he was the best of his time when he took down Dustin Poirier in the very first round of the match. This was a big step for Conor to get closer to featherweight supremacy. He would later go on to claim the undisputed title at 145 pounds. After that, he went up to conquer the lightweight division and became the first fighter in Ultimate Fighting Championship history to possess 2 different titles simultaneously. As for Dustin, his quick loss to McGregor eventually served him as motivation, since he later moved up to 155 pounds, where he's established a solid position, staying at the top of the rankings for a long time. Poirier has gained a great amount of career-defining victories over opponents like Justin Gaethje, Eddie Alvarez, and Max Holloway. Now, 6 years later, each fighter has had their ups and downs, and they both have gained lots of experience. Dustin Poirier will look to redeem himself in the eyes of the UFC fans, avenging his shameful loss 6 years ago. On the other hand, Conor McGregor is searching to start his 2021 campaign with another victory for his record. The two will clash at the UFC 257 main event on January 23rd. The UFC released the first trailer for Poirier vs. McGregor 2 as they get ready for war at the start of the new year. Who do you think will win the bout? Will Dustin get his revenge? Or will Conor prove once more that he is the better fighter? Feel free to drop a comment saying who you think will win and why. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to this channel for more MMA news. Also hit that like button if you found this video interesting.